doing your first Ironman. All right, so first off, don't do your first Ironman without doing your first half Ironman, okay? You have to do your half Ironman, get that underneath your belt. That way you're not shocked, and that way you don't have any issues with the reality of doing a full Ironman because when you're out there, you think training is the same as the actual race, the event, but it's not, because you just move faster when you're actually racing because your adrenaline's pumping and you're just excited to be out there. So make sure you do your first half Ironman before you do your full Ironman. Remember, the full Ironman, it is long. I remember when I did my full Ironman, the swim, I got out of the swim, it's a 2.4 mile swim. You know how far that is? Okay, so you want to become an Ironman. First thing you need to do is you need to sign up for one that is 1 year from now. Okay, so find a half Ironman that is 1 year from now. This is just for the average basic guy. I'm sure someone can do it out there in less time, but why not give yourself a year to be absolutely sure you're ready? All right, so you sign up for the half Ironman. So now that you got that set in paper, you written down in stone, the next thing you got to do is you have to actually start walking more. If you go to the grocery store, just park far, walk more, just start to understand the distance. So the distance for a half Ironman is a 1.2 mile swim. 1.2, it's not bad at all. And then after that, after your 1.2 mile swim, then you have a 56 mile bike ride. All right, you have to have an adequate bike. Make sure you use a road bike. Don't use a hybrid bike. I did that. That was my mistake. I used a hybrid bike for the half Ironman I did in Hawaii, and I finished in under 8 hours the whole event. It was just long, man. So make sure you use a road bike that has actual biking shoes. Make sure your bike is legit and it's good. All right, so after you get the bike, then the next thing you need to get ready for is the run. The run is a half marathon, easy, 13.1 miles. You'll have no issues with that if you train. All right, getting ready for an Ironman is a great thing. It helps you have better endurance. It helps you understand what your body is capable of. So just getting ready for an Ironman triathlon, they're great for your body, and you want to stay active, you want to stay healthy. You know, the first thing your body's gonna do when it dies is it stops moving. So these events like the Ironman, it's a celebration of life because you're moving. Keep your body active, keep your body alive by moving. That's great advice, man. What doctor is gonna argue that? Okay, exercise is good for you, so keep your body moving by exercising, and celebrate life by moving. Ironman's a great way. It helps build dedication too. You want to be dedicated to this event. All right, so after you signed up for it, after you have your bike, your running shoes, the next thing you do is you start tracking everything that you're doing. I mean, you start tracking every mile, every lap you do at the pool. You start tracking it, and then you want to start to understand how to extend that. So let's say you're running 1 mile every day, then the next step is to try to bump that up to 2 miles every day. All right, now you obviously are going to need to rest. All right, but pay attention. If you're just starting off, the one thing that's more important than resting is you just have to start getting the miles underneath you. Okay, so once you start getting those miles underneath you, like the 1 mile, 2 mile every day, when you start getting fatigued and tired, you're gonna have to rest. The body can't just keep going out there and running and running and running. You need to rest. And then after you signed up for it, after you have the bike, after you have the adequate running shoes, and after you start logging in some more miles, you start to realize how much rest you actually need. Okay, the Ironman, all these events are like on an individual basis. You know, you have to write down what you're doing. You have to know what you're doing You have to pay attention to yourself. Every blueprint for every single body is different, just like it is with your fingerprints, right? Every single fingerprint is different. Every body reacts differently to strenuous exercise. So take note. That's the most important thing that you want to do with your program, is you want to take note in how it's affecting you. All right, so you can adjust my program. I got a great program. I'll share it with you. Anyways, that's just my thoughts. All right.